Hi everybody, it's Christina Quick, the Tarot Biz Mentor here from the Profitable Psychic Business Academy, where I help spiritual life coaches manifest more money and conjure more clients with millionaire marketing strategies. Welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be talking about opt-ins, and this is a really exciting topic to talk about because opt-ins is really one of everybody's first introductions to how to market their business. If you have never heard of an opt-in, you've probably downloaded many. When I say opt-in, I'm talking about some sort of website, some sort of landing page that you would go to, and in exchange for entering your name and your email address, you would be given a free gift. Now, this is one of the very first ways that people learn how to market their business. And I remember when I first learned how to create an opt-in, it was like magic because all of a sudden I was getting people on my list and people were starting to take notice. And it was just a really, really great transition in my business to starting to learn how to actually get clients and get people who would be interested in, becoming a client, maybe sometime down the road. So if you have an opt-in right now, you might have an opt-in that is something like an ebook or something like that. And chances are your opt-in's pretty good. The one thing I will say about opt-ins though is when you think about an opt-in, it is your first chance to really make an impression on somebody. So the opt-in is not a place where you really want to skimp out. It's not a place where you want to make it boring or uninteresting, not just having, one simple page that people can download or something like that is not a really good opt-in. So you really want to make sure that your opt-in is really, really, really impactful. So when I remember when I was, just starting to figure out opt-ins and getting my email list up and going, that my opt-in was, at one point in time, it was like I was an angel tarot coach. And so I would help people with the help of angelic tarot cards and, Doreen Virtue's old, angel tarot courses and angel communicator. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. I was an angel communicator, still am, but not in a professional manner. But so my opt-in back then was just a one single page list of the names of the angels and a couple keywords about them. Now, while that was good and all, it was definitely, it definitely works. I got email addresses, but I noticed that I had a really, really large unsubscribe rate. And so I really had to sit and examine that. And when I started taking more classes and learning more about opt-ins and opt-ins that actually convert in a very high manner and are very impactful and actually lead to people becoming more involved with your brand and our brands, and not necessarily just, getting the free gift and clicking off and never to return again. There were three really incredible types of opt-ins that I feel are just so important to your ability to market effectively. So the what I can tell you about opt-ins is that the more interactive an opt-in is, the more successful the opt-in is going to be. And so if there is some sort of interactive component to it where they have to actually do something, or there is a task that is being performed, you're going to notice that your conversion rate for people who actually, download your opt-in and then actually become clients, you're going to be able to spot a really big difference in there. The first type of opt-in that I would really recommend is a quiz. Everybody loves quizzes. Everybody loves to find out about themselves. Quizzes are very easy to create, though they are a little bit more complex in the fact that you need to know a lot about your demographic. You need to know their pain points. You need to know their struggle points. You need to know their buying motivations, their buying intentions, what they hope to get out of it, So I would recommend that you really do some deep work with a coach like me, we could do this in Market Yourself as a Spiritual Life Coach program. That program is like a really deep, in-depth ideal client avatar work type of program. And it teaches you some basic marketing skills like opt-ins, copywriting, that sort of thing. Or, we could do it in the Lux Lightworker program. So either which way. But if you want to get more in depth about the ideal client avatar and your actual pain points and stuff like that, I would recommend taking the Market Yourself as a Spiritual Life Coach program course. Now, I want to say it's modules 5, 6, 7, and 8. and possibly even 9. There's 12 modules total. So 5, 6, 7, and 8, those are all really core foundational modules, all about how to figure out what your pain points are for your client. And then once you know this, then you can reverse engineer that into a quiz. Quiz is definitely one of the best lead generation opt-ins that you can create. But again, you have to know quite a bit about your demographic in order to make it very successful. All right. The second kind of opt-in that I recommend is doing a toolkit. Okay, so this is like a toolkit for like people who are learning a new skill. So let's say, for example, you are a psychic development coach. Well, maybe you create a psychic development toolkit. Maybe inside this toolkit, there are some videos, maybe there are some resources, you know, things that would, whatever aspect of it. So say, for example, you are a psychic development mentor and maybe you specialize in teaching people divination, and maybe you specialize further there into tarot cards. So maybe your psychic development toolkit specifically for tarot readers might include, you know, some handouts about the basic card meanings, maybe some spreads, maybe some videos about how to open up your psychic abilities, maybe some videos on reading techniques, things like that. Like, you think about to everything that you think you would have needed to be successful back in the day, back when you were just getting started learning this thing, whether that's, you know, how to grow a business like I teach, or, you know, how to develop your psychic abilities, which I also teach, but not as mainstream as the psychic business coaching aspect of it. I used to do psychic development coaching more, but I tend to just focus primarily on business these days. But a toolkit, some kind of cool toolkit with like resources, those are always really good. Audio meditations, video courses, some sort of like daily log journal or something like that. You like think of a kit, like think of you know, some things that you would have really needed back then that you think that if you put these together inside this toolkit, that'll be really beneficial and helpful for the people that are going to be opting in. The third opt-in that I would recommend is a very short, succinct video course. Something's maybe like between 3 and 10 videos long, something that maybe has like their videos are maybe, oh gosh, like maybe 10 to 20 minutes long, maybe half an hour, maybe up to an hour maximum, right, per video. Then you're getting more into like, say, master classes and things like that when they're really long like that. My personal opt-in is the Discover Your Soul's Calling quiz. So that's something that you can download. You can take the quiz, and basically you take the quiz and then you get the quiz, but then in addition to that, you get a free bonus course. So the free bonus course is like a 1-hour training on each of the archetypes of the Soul's Calling archetype system that I've created. And it will talk about like, you know, what's your path to 6- and 7-figure success? What are some modalities? What are some business models? What are some marketing strategies that might be really helpful to you based on your archetypal personality in your business? And then in addition to that, I give a free introductory course, which is it includes like, oh gosh, I think there's like 10 videos, and they're somewhere between 5 and maybe 20 minutes long each. And they just kind of talk about some of the first things that you might need to know. If you've taken that with me before, then you know. Some of the videos might be like, how does a tarot reader differ for a spiritual life coach? How are they different? What does a spiritual life coach do as opposed to what does a tarot reader do? You know, what are some of the key platforms and things that you might want to invest in, like graphic design or website, you know, stuff like that. Like just like a video course to kind of help get people started. So if you'd like to take that, the link is down below, and I will include it as a pinned comment as well. But those are the 3 types of opt-ins. Again, so quizzes, toolkits, and free mini video courses. And those are the 3 that are going to outperform the most, that they tend to have more of an interactive component to them. And even better if you can include like all 3 of those things in one thing. It doesn't have to be like this massive thing, but you know, maybe there's a quiz, maybe there's a couple videos, and maybe there are some toolkit type resources. And that would make a really, really good opt-in. And if you are interested in learning more about opt-ins, or learning about, you know, the anatomy of, let's say, an opt-in page, my experience 10 years of running opt-ins, what converts well, what doesn't convert well, What do you do once you get the leads? So say they download your stuff. Okay, so now what? Now how do you turn them into a customer? These are all things that I talk about in the Lux Lightworker program. The Lux Lightworker program is a live program that I'm running right now. It's a year-long program. We are going till August. There's already, I think, 18, maybe 21. So there's 18 classes already in there, and then there's a couple guest teacher classes as well. And you can come in. I do live streams on Mondays, 3 Mondays per month. We're getting ready to start phase 4. So what I have done is I have basically taken the phases of business. I've taken 3 phases of business, from like setup and foundation to outreach and growth to then, even doing like things like trademarking and franchising and things like that. These are all different phases of business. So it's like how I say it's from your first dollar to your first $1 million. And it will talk about, different really key important aspects to marketing your business, but also things like money mindset, what kind of spiritual abilities and what kind of spiritual strengths you need to develop, how to step into being a spiritual leader, how to show up as a leader, just conversations around things like that. So if you are interested, there will be a link down below. So I hope you enjoyed this. And if you already have an opt-in, let me know what your opt-in is. Let me know what your experience is with it. And I would absolutely love to see your guys' opt-in. So just, comment below your opt-in on this video and on YouTube, and I would love to take a look, and I could possibly even give you guys a little bit of feedback. Most people are probably going to need feedback when it comes to the opt-in page. That is kind of a little tricky. But like I said, if you're in Lux Lightworker, then, this morning I did a whole class on what the anatomy of an opt-in page is, what you actually need on it, I think the most important aspects anyways. So I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you have an amazing week, and I hope that this was helpful for you guys. See you later. Bye.